And now inviting the man behind it all, President of the Trauma Society of India, Organizing Chairman, Dr. Sushrut Babhulkar. Welcome, sir.
Before you start, let me appreciate, Mandira, you coming and joining us and taking our interviews and talking to us. It's a great pleasure. We always see you on the screen, and here off the screen, your intelligent questions and putting some of us on spot has been incredible.
I don't need to put you on the spot. I have a great interest in health and I enjoy talking to doctors. So for me, this is a great privilege. Thank you for having me here. It's wonderful. You've heard some of the doctors speak about what they think about Traumacon. So first up, congratulations on this, the way you're organizing this conference. There are very few suggestions to make it better because it's already at a very good level, at par with anywhere or even better than places, trauma conferences all around the world. I have a whole bunch of questions for you. So with your permission, let's get started. In your opinion, how would you define what an orthopedic surgeon does? What is the role of an orthopedic surgeon in society?
So orthopedic surgeon is probably a qualified bone setter, if I have to put it simply. But then qualified includes a lot of things. We are not involved only in fixing the fractures or replacing the joints, but I think more and more so involved also with bone health. And as I always say, beauty is not skin deep, beauty is bone deep. So it's taking care of bone health, the quality of bones, also of the muscles surrounding it is so very important and crucial.
So looking after bone health, where does it start actually? Should it start with mothers taking care of their children's bone health? Is that the point it starts at? Where do you start consciously looking after your bone health?
So if you want me to scientifically answer it, it's an inverted bell. Right from the time when we are born, we start accumulating good bones,
Yes.
which is of course triggered by calcium and vitamin D. And then the graph goes up till the age of 22 to 28 in most of the females. In males a little longer. And then after that it's a downfall all the way. So the peak bone mass, as we say, or the maximum bone strength density wise, is when a person is 22 to 28. And that's when we should all, mothers should tell their daughters, fathers should tell their daughters to accumulate maximum amount of good bone between that age, because after that whatever you achieve is a downfall. And if you
It's a very sad situation that everything is a downfall after 22.
More so triggered by menopause in women.
Yes.
And if the person is not effective in getting up the graph and they are lower down, the fall down starts down from that point onwards. Why I'm making this more loud and clear is because 22 to 28 is the age when all the girls want to be as fit as you, and then they go on a rampant diet, non-scientific diet, without following a judicious protocol of balanced diet, and that's when they get hit, and that's when their bone density also gets affected. So it's that age group which should be educated about doing a proper balanced diet which contains good amount of calcium, vitamin D, minerals, etc. etc.
How much calcium should a person take if they're not getting it naturally? Is milk good? Should one take milk? I mean, there's so many questions. People say milk is very good for you, then they say milk is very bad for you, then they say, now you move to other forms of calcium. So what is recommended in terms of to get a good amount of calcium in? What should we give our children? What should we ourselves consume?
I understand. So your calcium requirement normally is around 2000 international units. Best of the Indian food would give you around 1200 to 1500, which includes eating ghee, eating butter, having a rampant of milk, etc. etc. So I would say the entire country is deficient between that gap. So 1200 to 2000 is the gap the entire country is facing. People also say that sun gives you good amount of vitamin D, but then the scientific law is early morning sun, unadulterated sun rays with a 30 degrees inclination of the skin, etc., etc. Your skin will burn faster than you getting vitamin D adequately from the sunlight. So, of course, we have to have good diet. Of course, we have to have milk and milk products included. But in India, we also should educate our people to have other sources to be applied in our diet, which contains good amount of calcium, vitamin D. So lots of green vegetables.
I'm asking all the questions because I'm actually interested.
I know, I understand. So the biggest source of vitamin D actually is a poultry source. Which will give you good amount of that. But also good news for vegans is there are a lot of green vegetables.
Yes. Leafy vegetables.
Spinach, lettuce, which is available now everywhere. Broccoli. So that's containing good amount of calcium and vitamin D, and it's effective, good absorption. So even vegans should not shy away कि सिर्फ पोल्ट्री में ही है, चिकन और मीट में ही विटामिन डी है. आई एम गोइंग टू बी डेफिशिएंट ऑल माय लाइफ. लेट्स ईट मेडिसिन्स ओनली.
What about supplements?
So yeah, supplements is a good idea, especially for young women, which I strongly recommend, because it's not only calcium, vitamin D, but lots of minerals like zinc, nickel, magnesium, phosphorus, equally required for good bone quality. Now, when I'm stressing on good bone quality, we also should look after muscle strength. Why? Because now increasingly we are looking at people who fall down very easily. So let's say an example which I quoted yesterday to you, and I quote very often, is we always hear grandmother living next door falling in the bathroom.
Yes.
Actually, she falls down while taking bath because she breaks her hip bone first, and then she loses balance and falls down. So bone breakage at the hip level is first, and then the fall. The importance of this fracture, especially the hip fracture in an osteoporotic woman, is irrespective of best of the treatment, fanciest treatment, joint replacement in a 5-star hospital by a 5-star surgeon, 25% of these women die within 1 year. So that's the impact of the society, and that's what we need to educate to build their bones.
Why is it that women are more prone to osteoporosis? What is the reason? What is the scientific reason for that? Why should women be more prone to bone, issues, not good bone health than men?
So God decided not all the advantages to women, like childbearing, being more nearer to sons and daughters, but He
being
also
more
gifted,
evolved, all of that.
He also gifted women with menopause, hormones which impact women's health.
So it's the hormones.
Yes.
Hormones. Okay. Now, doctor, I've been asking all the other doctors who've also come here before you on what message we should give to, when we witness an accident. A lot of people don't know what to do. They're stumped. There could be people who actually have a good heart and are good Samaritans and want to help but don't know how to. What message would you give to an onlooker or anybody who witnesses an accident?
So my message to onlookers is don't be an onlooker. Get involved. Have more sentiments, emotions, sympathy towards person who is an accident victim. Because as suggested by someone before me, there is a good Samaritan law. The onlooker who would bring the patient or a victim to the hospital will not be legally strangulated by the police. Because people most often are afraid
to get involved because it'll mean
the police is there, police will harass, and I will have to go to the court, and I will have to go to the police station, etc., etc. It doesn't happen that way. In fact, police are extremely sympathetic towards person who brings the patient to the hospital.
Right. Good to hear that. And Doctor, finally, Traumacon is your baby. It's growing from strength to strength. You're hearing only positive, feedback from everyone. How do you feel? Where does Traumacon stand today, in your view, compared to all the, similar conferences globally?
Supported by all my patrons and colleagues from all over the country, and a terrific faculty, which is the crux, which is the base for having a good Traumacon academic meeting and equally effective evening entertainment, cultural evenings. I think Traumacon is probably one of the best trauma meetings, and that's our dream, to have one of the best fracture fixation, technologically, academically based meetings in the world. So that's the aim, and hopefully we are walking in that direction.
What next? What can we expect from Traumacon next? See, this one I've stumped you on.
So, no, you can't. Robert Frost, miles to go before I sleep.
That's right. Okay. Thank you for that. Thank you, Doctor.